All right, Act 1, Scene 2. So it starts with our first appearance of Othello, and here we have Iago. Though in the trade of war I have slain men, yet do I hold it very stuff of the conscience to do no contrived murder. So I've killed people in war, right? Like we all have. We're both warriors. We get that. But I do hold it the very stuff of conscience that my heart says I cannot do any contrived murder, that I can't kill somebody outside of war. And then he says, I lack iniquity sometimes to do me service. 9 or 10 times I have thought to have yerked him under the ribs. So as whatever this guy was, he was talking to him, and 9 or 10 times I thought to just stick him with my sword or with my dagger. And Othello's response, first time we're hearing him, 'tis better as it is. So, all that build up to Othello, and this is the simple little bitty thing. And it's also not only simple, it's not just a simple line, it's also a statement of peace. No, you did right. It's better you didn't kill them. And then we have to assume that what we're hearing is the tail end of a conversation, and that conversation is about Brabantio. And then we find that out in this part next to it. That nay, but he prated and spoke with such scurvy and provoking terms that basically what he's saying is that, this guy, Brabantio, has been saying terrible things about you, and it was all I could do just not to kill him. Like I was so angry about what he said. And he's like, no, it's better as it is. I'll deal with it. It's all right for the old man to deal. It's this peaceful statement. And then he talks about how, are you married fast? Be assured that the Magnifico is much beloved and hath in his effect a voice potential as double as the Duke's. He will divorce you. In other words, people love this dude, and he's going to have such power within the city that he's going to get you divorced. So be careful. And one of the questions we have to ask is, why is Iago doing this? And one of the really good possibilities of why Iago is doing this is that he wants to upset Othello. He wants Othello to think of Brabantio as a threat. Because if he does, then it's possible that they will fight each other. And if they fight each other, it's possible that bad things will happen. I have to assume that that's what Iago's ultimate goal is for bad things to happen. And then his response, so over here Othello says, my services, which I have done the seniority, shall out-tongue his complaints. That he's basically saying, I'm sure that the stuff I do, the services which I have done for these people, shall be more impressive than his complaints. And think about the difference of confidence in that statement, that, let him do his spite. Let him say all this stuff. I'm sure nothing will happen because of how impressive I am. And then he immediately talks. His first thing that we hear this woman's name for the first time, but that I love the gentle Desdemona. That we fear of him in terms of love. It's also our first time that we're hearing her actual words, her actual name. So let's see here. The next thing that happens is that, this is a great line. They hear somebody coming, and so Iago immediately says, those must be the father and his friends. You best go in. And Othello says, not I must be found. My parts, my title, and my perfect soul shall manifest me rightly. I must be found. I can't hide. I can't run away from this. I must be found. I'm the general of this army, for crying out loud. I can't run away from a fight. And my parts, my title, and my perfect soul, my body, my reputation, my soul, shall manifest me rightly, shall make me seem correct. And then is that they? And Iago gives a really famous line, which is by Janus, I think no. And the reason why it's famous is because Janus is a two-faced god from Rome. So it's a Roman god of double meaning, of double appearances. And so it's the perfect Iago god, a god of two faces. And it doesn't turn out to be the father. In fact, it turns out to be Cassio. And Cassio basically comes in to say, the Duke wants to see you, haste, post, haste, even in the instant. So he wants to see him right now. We don't know why. All we know is it's something from Cyprus. And Cyprus is another major city that's going to be a major part of this story. And I'll have to pick this up in a second as I'm running out of time because I only have 5 minutes.